Alright guys, so in this video I am making my week 4 selections. I've already tried to record 2 intros for this, but they both just wouldn't go. So I'm making this intro hoping that it works for this video. And again, I already recorded my picks, and just a little bit of a heads up for you guys. I apologize if the equipment is, there's an echo there. Like, I listened to it, there is an echo, but I gotta get these picks out somehow, right? I'm doing stuff right now to try to make sure there is not an echo and it's not as much of a problem in future videos. I already ordered something for future videos after I made this video. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it nonetheless, and I hope you guys agree with these picks. Again, I do apologize for the echo. I'm just testing out some new equipment. I don't know if y'all can see, got my microphone, we got a new webcam right here. So yeah, I'm just testing those out. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. I'll shoot y'all right into this video, sorry. Back at my trusty picking board. Last week I started at, I went 7-9 last week, so that was a bum. That brought my record from 17-14-1 down to 24-23-1. So, yeah, gotta try to get back on track this week. And what better way to do it than to start it off with a Thursday night game. 3-0, I'm picking Thursday night games. I picked the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Browns to all win their games, and they won. So this one, we got the Miami Dolphins traveling to Cincinnati. Miami's coming off a heated game with the Buffalo Bills, no pun intended. But now there's still some injuries. As I mentioned earlier, you got Jalen Waddle, Tua Tagovailoa, but it seems like both of them are good to go, and I think that's going to help them a lot, as I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins to win this game. I just think their team is a lot more complete than Cincinnati, and I mean, yeah, Cincinnati got to win, but they beat the Jets, and I mean, almost anybody can beat the Jets. I was looking at my laptop like I'm using that, but I forgot I'm talking to you guys up there. But I think that pass rush should be able to get home and sack Joe Burrow multiple times, especially with La'el Collins injured. And if he's out, that's going to be a killer for the Cincinnati Bengals. So, and I'm also just tired of betting against Miami because they seem to win when I don't pick them. It's only week 4, but I'm going to take the Dolphins. Part of me hopes I'm wrong, but part of me also hopes that I'm right because I need to get that record up. And we'll move on to the next matchup. We got the Chargers at the Texans. Oh, dude. I don't know what happened with the Chargers last week. They didn't have Jackson. They didn't have Keenan Allen. And Herbert's dealing with a rib injury. I don't know, man. I picked the Texans last week, and they let me down. I'm going to pick the Chargers. I think this team is going to be able to hold out. They'll be able to stop them. Even if Joey Bosa and Rashawn Slater are not playing, I think that the Texans will fall a little short. Though I would not necessarily be surprised to see the Texans win this game. They got to get a win at some point, and what better way to do it than against the crippled Chargers, who I had super hypes for going into the season, but so far in the first 3 weeks, it's been meh, especially week 3 though. And we'll move to the next game. We got the Titans and the Colts. Give me the Colts. I don't think I got to think too much about this one. Offensively, I think they're a little bit more sound. They got a little bit more firepower, and defensively, they're just a better overall team. Even with Shaq Leonard out, I think they'll find a way to slow down Derrick Henry. And if you got to force Matt Ryan and Tannehill to pass, then I would much rather take Matt Ryan in this instance. So I'm going to take the Colts. And next up, what should be the game of the week, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to do what my shirt says, and I'm going to keep calm, and I'm going to circle the wagons. And I'm going to take the Bills here, actually. And no, this is not because I'm biased towards Buffalo. Hear me out. Both these teams are slammed with injuries. I mean, you look at Justin Houston and Marcus Peters. Michael Pierce, he's going to be out for this game with a bicep injury, and I think that's going to hurt the Ravens tremendously. who already give up around 450 yards a game, and that's music to Buffalo's ears, whose dynamic offense, who struggled in the heat against Miami, which is another reason why I got the Bills winning this game. They don't got to go into Baltimore where it's humid. It's just like it's normal temperature for the Bills. The Bills and the Ravens, all right? I think I have the weather for Baltimore on my weather app, and let me look that up real quick. Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, on Sunday it's supposed to rain, and it's going to be in like the 60s. So it could mean trouble for Josh Allen and the Bills, who love to pass. But the Ravens seem to love to pass too. J.K. Dobbins is back, but I don't think that's going to stop the Bills from winning this game. I think the passing attack for both these sides may or may not be off, but I'm going to give this one to the Bills because if Poyer and Dane Jackson are back, I think that defense is definitely going to benefit from that tremendously. Plus, Xavier Rhodes is there, who I don't think he's going to be what he used to be, but he's going to be enough to help Buffalo at least make it close in this game. Please, Buffalo, we need to win another close game. We need to win a close game for the first time since 2020. Jesus, man. It seems like we choke every time it's within like 7 points. Man, I wouldn't be shocked or upset if the Ravens... I mean, I'd be upset if the Ravens won this game, but I wouldn't be shocked by any means. So now we'll move on to the next game. We got the Jets going into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I don't really think I got to explain myself much. The Jets are the Jets. So we'll just move on to the next game. We got the Broncos at the Raiders. Oh my god. I don't like this matchup at all. The Broncos can win games, but their offense is cheeks. Well, for the Raiders, they just can't win. I don't know, dude. The Raiders have to win at some point, I would think. But I picked the Raiders twice this season, and they let me down both times. Third time's a charm. I'm going to go with the Raiders. The Broncos just suck offensively, and I think the Raiders should be able to capitalize on this. They have to bounce back somehow, right? But I think it would be a low-scoring game because Denver's defense is tremendous. And the Raiders, I think they can capitalize on a demoralized Broncos offense. So I'm going to take the Raiders. And now we'll go to the AFC versus NFC matchups. We get the Browns at the Falcons. I'm going to take the Browns. Even though I think the Falcons can definitely make this close because they play really competitive, I think the Cleveland Browns will be able to hold on and win this game here in Atlanta. Next up, the Jags at Philly. Philly, shouldn't really be close. The Jags looked good against a depleted Chargers team, but the Eagles have just looked simply unbeatable. And I think that's going to benefit the Philadelphia Eagles tremendously, who have been on a roll with Jalen Hurts. Now, don't get me wrong, the Jaguars won't play terrible, but they won't, win in a shootout. I would be shocked if they did. So I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles on this one, because I think Jacksonville is still relatively young. So is Philly, but they have a lot more experienced players on that team. That'll bring us to New England at Green Bay. Green Bay. With Mac Jones out, it's going to hurt the Patriots, who already suck offensively, and they're going up against one of the league's top defenses. But this offense of Green Bay is iffy, so I think it's going to be a low-scoring game over there in Green Bay. And this is another reason why I wanted to wait until today, because I guess the game is going to be playing at Raymond James Stadium. The Chiefs traveled to Tampa. I think Tampa has a much better defense, and I think that's going to give them the win here in Kansas City. As long as Tampa gets their weapons back, they should be okay. Mike Evans is coming back. If Chris Godwin's healthy, I think the Buccaneers have a really good shot to win this game. Although Kansas City has a sneaky good defense. I'm going to take Tampa in this one. Next up, we got the Vikings at New Orleans. Although it's not really going to be in New Orleans. It's going to be at London. I'm going to take the Vikings regardless. The Vikings came back and won a game that they probably shouldn't have won. But they won it anyways, and that's the only thing that matters if you win your game. All right? I think going into New Orleans against the depleted Saints team, I don't really see a world where unless Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and or Dalvin Cook get injured, the Saints win this game. I don't think they do. Give me the Vikings to smack the Saints around. They're gonna Will Smith them. So next up we got the Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. Low scoring game, but I think the Cowboys win this one. Cooper Rush is not an elite quarterback, even though he's undefeated. He hasn't put up the best stats. That Dallas defense is really what's carrying this team, if I'm keeping it a buck. Micah Parsons is a beast. Trayvon Diggs has shown that he's played really, really well throughout his first 2 seasons in the league. And I like this Cowboys team overall to just smack around the Commanders defensively. Offensively, they'll put up enough points against the Commanders defense that's pretty weak, in my opinion. Next up, we've got the Seahawks at Detroit. Detroit shouldn't really be close. I think even without Amon-Ra and DeAndre Swift, this team is still far better than what the Seahawks can throw at Detroit. So I'm going to take the Lions in this one. Next up, Bears at New York. No. It's going to be a battle of teams who can run the ball. And if both these teams have to throw, who's going to do it better? I think Daniel Jones has proven enough to me to say that he can lead the Giants to potentially win this game. It's not going to be a blowout by any means. I think that Khalil Herbert is going to carry the Bears, or David Montgomery, whoever starts. Doesn't seem like Montgomery is going to play from the last time I checked. And I don't know. The Giants, I think, are just a little bit more sound defensively. And for the Bears, neither of them really have that much of an offensive game plan, especially the Chicago Bears. So that's why I like the Giants in this one, especially at home. But yeah, I'm looking at David Montgomery. He didn't practice Wednesday, and I haven't gotten anything on him today. So we'll see what happens there. Also, I forgot Chiefs-Bucks was a Sunday night game. Sorry I didn't say that one for the second to last, but it is what it is. So next up, we got the Cardinals at Carolina. I want to pick the Panthers in this one, but I got a strange feeling that the Cardinals are going to pull this one out. I think the Cardinals offensively can actually be somewhat sound, and the Panthers defensively are good, but I just got a sneaky feeling that the Arizona Cardinals are going to find a way to win this game. Even though they probably shouldn't, and I think they are a very overrated and Cheeks team, they're still going to find a way to win against Carolina, who have a horrendous head coach and an offense that just isn't good. Mayfield is not what I and what a lot of other people thought he would be going into this season. And the final game is an NFC Championship rematch. We got the Rams at the 49ers. I'm actually going to take the 49ers in this one. The only reason I take the Niners in this one is because the Rams offense, outside of that game against Atlanta, they have not looked good. And the Niners defense has looked solid. So I think they're going to be able to slow down Matthew Stafford and the Rams. And I think offensively they'll be able to put up just enough. And besides, the 49ers seem to own the Rams in the regular season. So I'm going to take the Niners in this one to keep that train rolling. Don't worry, Rams fans. I'm sure if you meet the Niners in the postseason, you'll find a way to beat them. But yeah, that is it. Those are my picks for week 4 of this season. I hope you guys enjoy these. And let me know what you think of these picks in the comments below. Do you like the picks? Do you not like the picks? Who do you think should win? Who do you think should lose? Let me know all that in the comments below. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe if you're new, and click that notification bell to get all the latest news on all my latest content. Also, I'm sorry if there's a bit of an echo. I'm testing out some new equipment, and I'm partially worried that it's going to ruin, the quality of the video. But, if it doesn't bother you guys that much, just let me know. And, yeah, with that being said, you guys, I'll see y'all on the other side, recapping week 4. Peace.